Hi guys, welcome to Real Deep episode 5. Let's get into it. This week, we are talking about doing too much, being too extra, being cringy, all of that shit. Okay, I'm really over the demonization of it all. Are you actually cringy? Are you actually doing too much? Or are you just around people who aren't doing anything at all? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's reframe this shit, because I'm really sick and tired of people giving a fuck about being cringy or like giving a fuck about being extra. Literally, what? Okay, I actually have so much to say on this, so we will get into it ASAP Rocky. But first, I have to tell you, if you didn't already know, why I made Real Deep in the first place. I created Real Deep because I truly believe that the secret to having the most fulfilling life possible is by operating out of a place of true authenticity and consistently going beyond the surface of your experience. So getting real and getting deep. So that's why we call it Real Deep, okay? And then just another reminder that at the end of this episode, I'm going to be doing an advice portion. So if you need any advice, or if you already submitted advice, stick around until the end. I am definitely like a blunt, straight to the point type of bitch. So if you want some blunt, brutally honest advice, I promise you, I will not lie to you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. So if you want to submit any advice, feel free to send it over to realdeepproductions@gmail.com, or you can click the link in my bio in every social media platform that I have. So I have a lot to say on this one, so let's just get right into it. We all know that there's been conversations around being cringy or like doing too much, like all this kind of stuff. The rise of like nonchalantism in the world is genuinely like sickening to me, because what do you mean? What do you mean I'm being too extra? What do you mean me doing what I want to do is cringy? What? Guys, cringy has been taken so far, it actually pisses me off. Like, these words are used specifically to tear people down who have like a big personality, who have big dreams, who do things out of the ordinary, or honestly just people who are unapologetically confident. How the fuck did being confident and going after your dreams and speaking on what you want and doing what you want to do, how the hell did that turn into being cringy and weird? Huh? And I wanted to make this episode today because if you allow yourself to label anything you do as cringy or too much or too extra, it is actually so damaging to you. It severely restricts your expression. It also severely restricts your belief in your ability to explore life. And it stops you from trying as many things as you would if you weren't scared of that. And that is guys, that is like actually life altering, I fear. Like, that could change your life. If you allow being cringy or extra or too much to stop you from doing something or exploring something or trying something, you could genuinely be changing the outcome of your life. Sorry about it, but like, if I never started posting on the internet because I thought it was cringy, my life right now would be drastically different. Very like drastically different. I'm not saying I'm this fucking famous influencer or whatever. Like, it's cute. Like, I made a little following. That's so cunty and I'm very grateful for it, but I'm not like this famous. That's not who I am. You know what I mean? And that's fine. But I'm on my way. Like, I am on my way. Okay. People like kind of give a fuck a little bit, which is cute. And I'm like obviously very grateful for it, because my end goal is to make music and have people care about it. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I had allowed myself to be too embarrassed to post, I would not have met half the people I know now. You know what I mean? Like, my life would be so different. I can't explain to you how important it is for you to get cringy, too extra, too much out the fuck of your vocabulary and out of your mind, because it is genuinely that deep. I don't know. I can't actually even take it seriously, because I don't understand how it's like cool to not give a fuck. Like, I don't understand how it is cool or like chill or like the good thing to do to not go after what you want? ? Like, what do you mean that posting on social media is cringy? What do you mean that showing like, if you like somebody, going after them and telling them that is cringy? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? This is all like human expression. This is all shit that we're doing as human beings naturally. I can't, like, it's honestly gaslighting to me. It's gaslighting to me. And I also think this like targets people who have just like big emotions in general and feel things very deeply or are sensitive, you know? Please tell me, like, cringy has now become honestly code for people trying at anything, people being vulnerable or being visibly invested in something. which are all good things. Those are all good things. So the fact that it's like demonized right now, it's not like, you are not being cringy by going after what you want. You are not doing too much. You're not being too extra. You're around the wrong people, okay? And I talked a lot about how hidden toxic people really can fuck up your mindset and really fuck up your future if you're not careful. I did talk about that 2 episodes ago, so check that episode out if you want to. That has more to do with the projection of other people and how people's mindsets, the people around you, like their mindsets, if they're negative, they can really seep into your mindset as well and like start to give you doubts that you never had before, you know, shit like that. So if you're interested in that, you know, check it out. But here's my tea, right? The thing about this is that I'm going to use myself as an example because it just fucking makes sense to me. I am going to be a pop star. That is like my journey. That's my life. That's just what's going to happen. And I cannot tell you the amount of times I have told people that that's what I'm going to do. And they're like, oh, wow, you know, that's really hard. Like, you should probably be realistic. Like, I don't know. Like, what else do you think you should do? And it's like, girl, first of all, fuck off. But second of all, like, just because you don't see your life, like, I don't know, like, when I say that, I get so many different reactions, but some of them are like, oh, why would you want to be a part of that world? Don't you know Hollywood is so stuck up? Like, those people out there, you know, they don't have a soul. Like, you're just going to become a soulless billionaire. And it's like, whoa, girl, first of all, let's not project all that shit onto me. And second of all, what if I like to do my hair and do my makeup and be a cute little pop star on stage? Okay, like, what if I like that kind of shit? Like, what if I enjoy vanity? Is that a fucking problem? It's not like I'm being like this horribly vain person who is so invested in myself that I can't see anything else around me. However, I do enjoy the way I look and the way I project myself. Like, I would be very happy to have my face on a billboard. Yes, I would. And what about it? Just because you don't want to, just because you don't think that is a good thing, or you're not comfortable with that, doesn't mean that it's crazy. Like, doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. Like, what the fuck, guys? Okay, let me just like remind you of a very iconic diva. Okay, we all know her, we all love her, Miss Lady Gaga. When she walks onto that red carpet with a meat dress, was anybody else wearing meat? Fucking obviously not. That was crazy. That was wild. Everyone was like, holy shit. But it was iconic. It was iconic, okay? If she had walked the streets of her hometown in a meat dress, people may have called a fucking wellness check on her. But she did it at a red carpet, first of all, which is number one, iconic. But second of all, it's like, it's just illustrating how something that could be deemed as psycho crazy somewhere is deemed as so iconic, like never been done before in a different area. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it really is all about the people. It's all about if you allow the people in your life to get to your head or not, number one. And then number two, if the people in your life are the right people to be in your life, if that is what you want to do. But, and here's my tea. I'm not saying you have to cut everybody out. Like, again, this is sounding so similar to the episode I did 2 episodes ago about toxic people, but like, you don't have to cut people out who don't get it, but they have to be the kind of person who can be content with themselves and then celebrate you and celebrate your differences. It took me, honestly, a really long time to feel comfortable being as extra and crazy as I am, but I always think back to my birthday party last year. I had everybody come over to my apartment. It was so cute, whatever. And I made myself a cake. And before I walk in, I get 2 of my friends. I'm like, you need to record this and I want flash. And so I walk in and I'm like, I'm holding the cake for myself and I'm like, okay, everybody sing for me. And then I'm like taking pictures with the cake, like, okay, one more, okay, one more, okay, one more. And like, everybody there in that room is like laughing and celebrating that. There weren't, honestly, like, I did not have a lot of people in that room who were gonna be like, hey, can you take a picture of me? Can you take 7 more? Can you do it with flash? Can you do it this way? Like, the bitches in that room, they weren't the type of girlies to do that, which is totally fine. But they loved me for being that. You know what I'm saying? It was never a place where it's like, oh my God, this bitch is taking pictures again. She's being so cringy. Like, no, it was very much like, okay, icon, okay, diva, like, go crazy. I know her. Like, that's what she does. You know what I mean? The importance of allowing yourself to be cringe is just, and that explains the whole fucking thing, guys. Cringe doesn't fucking exist. Insecurity exists. That's it. Like, you being cringy is not real, but other people being insecure and making you out to be cringy because they could never do what you're doing is very real. Very real. You being cringy is not real, but you thinking that you are cringy because you're scared about what other people are going to think of you is absolutely very real. But the cringe of it all in general, that doesn't fucking exist. Being too much, being too extra really doesn't fucking exist. It just doesn't. Okay. Sorry guys, I have a lot of energy today, clearly. So let's get into the danger of it all, shall we? Because I'm dead serious, it's actually quite dangerous. When being cringy or being too extra gets into your head, there's like an internal shift that happens, actually. You could start censoring yourself, not being your full self, not telling your full truth and your full dreams because you think it's cringy, you think it's extra, or you're scared that somebody else is gonna think that. And you also downplay your dreams. You might say it's like, oh yeah, like whatever, I kind of want to do this, but it's like, you know, whatever. And that is seen as something that's like a casual action to take. It's not. That is a very actually serious way to talk about your future. If you are saying, oh yeah, like if I were to say like, I mean, I want to be a pop star, but you know, it's crazy. First of all, nobody's gonna take me seriously at all. Even more so, nobody's gonna really think that I want that. And two, I'm going to start to be, the more I say that out loud, the more I start to believe it. The more I start to think, yeah, no, it is crazy. I mean, like, I would love it, but like, it's insane. So obviously that's not good. But you even speaking like that shuts you off from so many opportunities. Imagine I was in a group of people and like half the people I didn't know. And I was saying, oh yeah, I want to be a pop star, but like, you know, it's crazy. If there's a person who has connections in the music industry, they're probably going to be less inclined to be like, oh my God, wait, like I actually know this person. You should totally meet up. Like you should totally, let me like introduce you. They're not going to do that if you don't think you're serious. Okay? Like you have to walk into every room knowing what the fuck you want and standing the fuck by it. And you telling yourself that that's cringy or too much, you are killing your dreams before they start. You're killing it, and you're killing your personality, and you're not allowing yourself to be your full self before you even give yourself a chance to try. It's crazy. Ugh. The thing about this is, the reason why I'm saying this is so deep is that the moment you start to try to seem chill about shit is the moment that you abandon who you are. And that is actually that deep. Like it actually is simply that. Like, sorry about it. I look at the person I was when I was around people who didn't fully believe in themselves and people who were scared of being cringy. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not really around people who think things are cringy because I'm gonna be honest with you, I fucking hate those types of people. If you think something is cringy, we are not gonna get along. I'm sorry. I value freedom. I value expression. I value having fun. Like, fuck, okay? If you're so genuinely scared of being cringy, you're gonna hate me because I will literally do the craziest shit ever just to make a bitch laugh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that is just the type of person I am. So, but I was around people who were scared of being cringy. And that, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like kind of got a little bit into my head. I felt like what I was doing was taking a risk. It didn't stop me from doing it, but it made it a little scarier. You know, it's like, oh, this person thinks it's like, I don't know, like as the more you hear somebody's fears about something that you're trying to actively do, the more you start to subconsciously believe that that fear might just be justifiable. You know what I'm saying? And when I was around those types of people, that was around the time where I first like blew up on TikTok, which was like a psychotic, crazy experience. And I remember when it happened, it was treated as it was like, holy shit, this is so rare. Like, this is so crazy. Like, I can't believe this has happened. Like, I can't believe I know somebody who this actually happened to, blah, blah, blah. Which, like, I get it's natural because it like it's not like you're going around meeting people who are like blowing up on the internet all the time every day. Like that's not like typically like necessarily a normal experience. However, if I'm trying to be a creator, if I am trying to be in the public eye in any way, that's obviously going to be part of it. Like that is just step one, honestly, on the fucking journey. So for it to be treated as though it was like this once in a million, like one in a million, this could, oh my God, I can't believe it happened. It was very much, everything felt just like more high stakes. You know what I'm saying? And because these people were scared themselves of being too much or too extra or too cringe, I think I honestly really made a big mistake when I just started blowing up, and I don't feel like I let enough of my real personality shine through. And I'm honestly, I like look back at that and I'm sad about it, because I think I really could have made such a better community from the start than I did, because I was scared to show my true self. And I didn't honestly even know that I was at the time. But that's how subconscious it can be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you cannot even know that you're restricting yourself or censoring yourself in this way, because it is normalized. When you have people around you who are scared of being cringe or think you're cringy or like too much or too extra, it is like normalized to you at a subconscious level that that's a thing that you should even be aware of. You know what I'm saying? My whole tea is that like I was and low-key sometimes still am in rooms where me being a pop star is treated as like something that's delusional and like super crazy. And for a while in the beginning, it felt like I had to like over-explain myself, or I had to prove myself, or I had to like defend something that felt genuinely so fucking obvious to me. And when you're put in that position, you're not even allowed really to be yourself. You are trying to, like on a subconscious level, you're trying to please these people and prove to these people why you being you is enough. And that room is the room in which I would be viewed as doing too much in. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm in rooms with like a lot of creatives. Like so many people in my life now are like like they're all creatives. They're all just like, oh yeah, like fuck it, yeah girl, go for it. And that, like, my dreams were not shocking. Like, the belief was very neutral. It wasn't like something that was performative. Like, it wasn't something that was like, oh my god, yeah, go crazy. It was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, like sick, be a pop star, love it, let me hear your music, that's awesome. The reason why I bring that up is because nothing about my dream changed. Nothing. It was just the rooms I was in. It was just the people who were listening to it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I've made my point, because I want to make it very clear that you being cringy is subjective. Like, being cringy or too much, too extra is so beyond subjective, it's insane. Something that could be cringy to one person is somebody else's literally daily practice. Daily practice. Like, y'all think it's cringy and embarrassing to post on the internet? Like, look at fucking Alex Earl. You think she's being cringy by getting $1 million deals? I don't think so. I really don't think so, bitch. And it's crazy too, because especially with the creator stuff of it all, like people are treated as though them like posting to their 40 followers is cringy. How the fuck do you think every single motherfucker on the internet started? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. It like actually pisses me off, because it's like, how can you possibly twist somebody being at the beginning stages of a dream and like fucking starting something, which by the way is the hardest part? How could you possibly twist that into being weird? Oh my god, you're so lame. Like, you're actually so lame if you think that. I'm so fucking serious. That's the cringy shit. Actually, you know what? Maybe cringy is real, and maybe it's you for believing that anything ever is cringy. God, whatever. I'm like getting annoyed honestly at this one. The tea of it all is that when you are in the mindset of even paying attention to what too extra is, you are in the mindset of like feeling like you have to prove yourself. And proving yourself is performing. And performing is living for approval. Okay? In this context. And that blocks your alignment so much. You are chasing acceptance at that point, not truth. And not like what feels right, not what is right. You are chasing acceptance from, and chasing acceptance in general is like a waste of fucking time, because you could chase acceptance from 10 people in this room and they would all hate it, and you move to the next room, do the same exact fucking thing, and those 10 people in that room would love it. Okay? All you need is one person in a room. Okay, sorry. Anyway, the universe cannot conspire for someone you are pretending to be. If you are constantly downplaying yourself and trying to not come off as cringe or whatever, you are going to be getting opportunities that are built for that person and not who you actually are. Like, if I were trying to not be cringy right now, I would not be getting brand deals. I would not have a manager. I would not have any of this shit, because nobody would be taking me seriously. Nobody. Because I would be trying to downplay it like crazy. So people are going to look at how I speak about myself and treat me the same fucking way. Okay? There's a reason why certain people honestly like don't fuck with me, and I could go into a whole fucking tangent about that, but a lot of it is that I don't accept things in my life. Like I know I take myself very fucking seriously, and if you don't, I don't pay attention to you. I really, really, really don't. If you think that I am being cringy, I immediately block you out of my perception at all. Like, I genuinely could not. If the second I think that you are perceiving me in that way, I stop giving a fuck about you so quick, because you are my biggest waste of time ever. What? Why the fuck would I sit here and try to prove to you that what I'm doing isn't cringy? It's actually just gonna work at some point. Like, fuck off. Like, who are you? Who actually are you? And honestly, that's what I want the energy to be about this. First of all, if you feel like you have the fear of being cringy, I need to ask yourself, what are you actually scared of? Because it's not being cringy. It's scared of people not liking you. It's scared of people thinking that you're doing too much. It's scared of not getting approval, truly. And why do you feel like you need this approval from other people? Is it because you're not fully sure that you're allowed to want it? Because you are. You are allowed to want anything you fucking want in this life. And I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say about it. Hey, so it actually only has to make sense to me, and I don't feel like explaining it. I don't know if y'all know about this. I don't know if you all know about the girl on TikTok who made that iconic comment. But for the people who don't know, I'm gonna break it down really fast, Spark Notes version. There was this girl on TikTok who like commented and said, I have a button for every day of the year, 365 buttons, so I can like keep track of time. And everyone's like, wait, what, girl, what the fuck? What do you mean by that? Like, what are you doing with the buttons? And she just goes, hey, so it actually only has to make sense to me, and I don't feel like explaining it to anybody. Like, fucking mic drop. Okay, I'm not dropping this mic. It's expensive. Thank you. But she ate with that, and I want y'all to carry the same fucking attitude. I don't actually have to explain it to you. If you view this as cringy, that is so your journey. It's actually insane. It is so not my journey that I genuinely couldn't give less of a fuck. Like, I really couldn't. The tea of it all at the end of the day is that I hate to say it, I hate that this is true, but you are very much like who you surround yourself with. Even if you feel like you are very different than the people around you, you are really only going to allow yourself to be so different, because at that point it is subconscious. And here's the thing. When I say like you are who you surround yourself with, I'm not saying like you're choosing bad people. Let's take the shame out of this honestly fucking immediately, because it is just the truth. Like, the language that people use around you is going to influence you. The beliefs that people have are going to influence you. The vision that people have for themselves, that is also going to influence you. This is just a fact. Like, you can sit here and you can compartmentalize yourself as much as you possibly can. You can have as many boundaries in place as you want. But at the end of the day, the people around you, they're always going to impact you in some way. I need you to ask yourself, like, who are the people in your life that you feel like you shrink around, or you feel like you can't talk as much about your success around, or you feel like you can't talk about your goals around because you feel like you're gonna have to justify it, or you feel like you're gonna have to downplay it, whatever. Who are those people? I'm like, please be honest with yourself about this. This is not you calling them out. This is not you being mean. This is being honest about how you notice yourself feeling in the presence of certain people. Okay, so take a second and think about it. Actually, okay, are you thinking about it? I'll wait. It's giving teacher. But no, seriously, it is good to be aware of that, because if you don't want to make the choice to distance yourself from that person, or like stop talking to that person, you now know who you need to have more boundaries with. You know what I mean? Like, you now know who you need to like prep yourself to go into an interaction with, knowing that this person is going to be giving you some weird shit. So you have to go in there with a little bit more confidence, a little bit more like, hey, I know myself and their shit doesn't matter to me, kind of thing. You know, you have to go in with that mindset. It's very important that you are aware of who those people are in your life, so you can prep yourself and so you can be aware of how they're influencing you. And now, this is obviously hard, but like, fucking sorry. That's how life is. No hate. But if you really truly want to get away from the voices that are causing you to feel like certain things are cringy, you have to do that. You have to get away from them. You have to put yourself in different rooms. And it's not going to be as easy as just cutting off people and then finding new ones. I would encourage you to start with finding new places and expose yourself to different ways of thought and different people's outlooks and mindsets and things like that. When I went from knowing people who were really scared to do these things to being in rooms with people where it was like their normal, I was like, oh my God, This is wait a second. Okay, so I'm genuinely not crazy. This is other people's just simply way of life. Yeah, I actually do want to be around more people who don't think me posting TikToks 3 times a day is crazy. And it also, like, meeting those people gave me less of a tolerance for when people were talking shit to me like that. Like, if somebody was like, oh, that's crazy, you're on the internet, I would, like, after meeting people who, like, constantly posted, and other creators in general, it's so easy for me to shut that shit down and be like, oh, they don't fucking get it. It's fine. If you think you are the only one taking this risk, or the only one being too extra or too emotional, like I was talking about earlier, you are obviously that's going to impact you. Oh my God, I feel like I'm just like yapping the fuck away, honestly. But the points that I'm trying to make is, you're not doing too much. You're not being extra. You're not being cringy. If your lights and your presence makes people uncomfortable, that doesn't have anything to do with you, and it doesn't mean you are too much. It means they can't comprehend you. And that's not your problem. It's not your problem. It's like you are a light in like a dark cave and everyone in there is nocturnal. And so to make the nocturnals more comfortable, you start to dim yourself. Bitch, just go out by the sun. Like, go out by the sun. Go out by the sun and the stars. Go into the sky. Everybody out there shines. Like, everybody out there shines, and they're gonna be like, oh, hell yes. Oh my God, we got another shiner. Come through. Like, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is, your environment is just so important when it comes to eradicating the cringe mindset from your life. I don't know. Guys, this one was another yappy episode. I'm gonna be honest, guys. My yap city bitch mindset has not been in the chat with me recently, so I did my best. But yeah, hopefully this was good for you. Oh my God. Okay. I think I'm going to wrap it up by using actually this podcast as my last example. Let's just talk about today. Like, this episode right now, I was really trying to make so many points. I had so many things to say. I don't know if I made it as organized as I wanted it to be. I don't know if it was perfect. However, I am not going to like sit here and say, oh, Marielle, you're being extra as fuck. Like, you can't like act like, why would you make a podcast if you can't like always talk super coherently? Like, why would you do this? I am not going to call myself extra for fucking around and finding out, guys. Like, that's what this podcast is. I'm fucking around and finding out. God forbid, guys, God forbid. The planet is dying. I can make a podcast and not be the best podcaster in the fucking world. Also, I'm trying. I'm like, allow me to try. Me trying is not cringy. And if you think it is, get the fuck off this video. Just kidding. You probably need to rewatch it, low-key. Anyway, yeah. Again, hopefully this was helpful. Let's jump into the questions. Our first question is, why are friendships so much harder as an adult? Oh my God. Okay. So true. I actually do have something to say about this. I do feel like we base our idea of friendship off of like what our friendships were like growing up. And so a lot of times when you become an adult, people just start to get so many different responsibilities that they simply cannot keep up with you like they used to. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like a lot of people take that shit personally, and I don't. I don't personally. I mean, I think that it's one thing to like not value your friends at all and like never check up on them. Like, that's crazy. But like, it is just gonna be different. Like, friendships are just going to be different when you are older. Like, that is just the truth. Like, people have gone to college or people have moved away. Like, it is not the same. And I personally don't think it's a reflection on how much people care. I think it's a reflection on people's capacity for maintaining each relationship in their life. So I think the key here, like how to be okay with this, is to adjust your expectations according to obviously your needs when it comes to friendships, but also like probably the people in your lives outside of you. I don't know, this might be honestly an unpopular opinion, but I don't really give a fuck. Like, that's just how I feel. I don't know, I just feel like this is just how growing up is and how being an adult is. Like, things are different. Things are going to be different. You're gonna have less time to focus on this, on that, and whatever. You're gonna have less energy, like all of it. And it's never personal. Nothing's ever personal, but that's a fully different story. Anyway, the next question is, I'm a lesbian, slay, and I have trouble, and I feel like I confuse chemistry and platonic energy often. How can I tell the difference? Okay. Okay, honestly, this is a good question. I do think in the lesbian community, or just like the queer community in general, it is very, very easy to cross the lines of friendship and something more. To be so for real with you, I haven't personally had a situation since like high school where I felt like I was in love with my friend, or like really felt like I was attracted to my friend. That's not how, I guess I just have never been in the situation, but some of my friends have dealt with this. I've heard of lots of stories, and it can be hard to tell the difference. I get it, because especially when it comes to like friendship within women, it's just such a beautiful bond. Like it's so like pure and wholesome most of the time, and that's like very similar to how it feels to be dating as a lesbian, or like to have a crush. And I think the difference honestly is just genuinely subjective to everybody. I wish I could sit here and tell you there's a list, like here's this and here's that, friends not. So I can't tell you exactly what the line is for everybody, because again, I think it's subjective, but I can say maybe to help you with your decision, you can put boundaries in place for every person you become friends with, so that once you notice yourself wanting to cross those boundaries, you might be like, ooh, I might be feeling something more, like this might be a little something more, like maybe this is a crush, you know? So that might make it just a little bit easier for you to differentiate. But yeah, girl, the gays out here, messy. So I feel you. Okay, this is gonna be my last one. This is a very good one. I feel like a lot of bitches might need to hear this. I just left a relationship that I know wasn't healthy, but I still miss that person more than anything, and I don't know what to do. I know I don't want to go back, but it is still hard. Yeah. Okay, well, here's the good news, is that you're already on the good path. You know you don't want to go back. You know it was unhealthy. It's okay to miss people, even if they weren't the best to you. I know that when I left my abusive situation, I still miss that person. I broke up with her when I still loved her, you know what I mean? Which is so fucking hard. And I missed her for a long time after that. But I think the key of it is that I didn't actually miss her. I missed the feeling of being wanted. I missed the part of abuse that feels like addiction, you know, like feeling of being addicted to highs and lows. It wasn't anything to do with her literally at all. Once I started thinking about like her personality, or like things that she did, things that she stood for, things like anything that had anything to actually do with her, I didn't like it. I was like, oh no, like that is so not for me. So I had obviously made up this like fake person in my head. And it's just not wanting to let go of that attachment, which is so natural and so human. So I hate to say this, but it is a little bit of a waiting game. But you can do things throughout that waiting game to make it a lot easier and a lot healthier. And I think separating your attachment and emotion from the actual person and the person's actions and who they actually are, like physically, like if you did it on 2 pieces of paper, this is the attachment, this is the good feelings, but this is actually what happened on the other one. It can help you realize that you are missing an emotion and not necessarily a person, which is a lot easier to grasp, I think, and a lot easier to feel okay with when it is something that you know is unhealthy. Yeah, I think that's honestly where I'm going to stop today. I have been trying to find good words all day, so I hope this was helpful. I hope this was good, and I will see you next week.